Unacceptable! What is going on, everybody? Welcome to Phillies Show Media, and today we're going to recap the last night's game between the Phillies and the Texas Rangers as the Phillies lose 2-1 to the Rangers as they lose in extra innings, and this offense just continues to not come up in the clutch. Now, guys, before getting into this video, please subscribe if you have not yet. Please share and engage the bell. Please like this video, comment on this video, share this video, and let's get into this. This video is also brought to you by All Things Phillies. All Things Phillies are dying today. Video of highlights from the game. So please go and subscribe to his channel. Link in the description section. This Phillies team is just an absolute disgrace as we get swept out of this quick two-game series. We should have swept them. We should have swept them. Totally unacceptable. This Phillies team just continues to squander opportunities to run in scoring position, to twin-killing double plays, just to continue to come back and bite us. And we thought Nick Castellanos had that home run. Of course, it was not a home run. You go back and take a look at the replay. It clearly did not go over the wall. As they originally did call it a home run. It wasn't a home run. But we just continue to squander, opportunities to run in scoring position. Bryce Harper just looks terrible. Probably often one of his worst starts he's been in his career. What is going on with our base percentage? Tipping into the low 290s. Terrible. Terrible. This is a guy that had an OBP well above that 400 mark last season, his MVP year. He's had a little bit of an excuse, right? He's not 100% healthy. So you can't really harp on him too much, no pun intended, right? No, you can't really harp too much. Seriously, though, you can't. I mean, this guy's dealing with an elbow strain. Can't hold Bryce Harper the normal Bryce Harper stands because he's just not healthy right now. Nick Castellanos just continues to impress. Honestly, our only, solid, most consistent offensive player so far through these first 25 games. Nick Castellanos has been great, and he just continues to just hit the baseball at an alarming rate. I mean, coming out to a fast start. As you pick up the scoring summary here in the top of the 10th inning, old friend Brad Miller, Bamboo Brad. Oh boy, we saw a lot of this in his time with Philadelphia, right? I mean, last year in 2021, of course, he left us in 2020 to go to the Cardinals, but he was also here in 2019. Bamboo Brad going against his former team. I forgot to talk about it the day before. Got a nice little ovation. I stood up and clapped for him, and I sat back down, and I'm like, okay, let's get him out. Same thing with Gutch. I mean, I love Brad Miller, but of course, if he's going against us, I want to see him strike out every single time as he throws his bat hand out there, and it somehow just happens to find outfield grass. I mean, with all the hard hit baseballs last night, that was not a hard hit baseball at the bat of Brad Miller, but it finds outfield grass. And you heard John Kruk's reaction like, oh no. And unfortunately, Castellanos just couldn't get there. A lot of people thought that that's a ball that Bryce Harper would have gotten. I mean, at a diving attempt, maybe. But, I mean, of course, Bryce Harper does cover better ground out there in right field. But it is what it is. As the ball drops in, and Otis Garcia and Eli White come around to score. And it's 2-0 Texas here in the top of the 10th inning. And Brad Miller kind of just seemed kind of somber at first base. I mean, I kind of thought he'd be going like this, and he just kind of had like a serious look on his face. It was kind of strange. He just gave his team a huge lead. And to do it about in the 10th inning was just record 3 outs, and then they got the win. And he really didn't even seem that excited. Of course, I'm sure he was, but ouch. I know the former Phil comes back and hurts us last night. And of course, we saw Matt Moore come out of the Rangers bullpen, and he looked pretty good as well. So Brad Miller does it to his former team, 2-0 Rangers. Now we pick it up here in the bottom of the 10th inning. Ojubal Herrera grounds out to first, and Gene Segura comes around to score as the Phillies get on the board now 2-1 ball game. Of course, they scored a run. As soon as Brad Miller had that 2 RBI single, I said, I guarantee you, we're down 2-0 heading into the bottom of the inning. We will just do something like an RBI ground out, RBI single, just something. Something to just get one run. Right? We'll get one. Of course. How are we going to get any more Phillies, right? Of course, this isn't funny, but it's a common theme with this Phillies team. So we get swept down. We lose by a final score 2-1. Unacceptable. And we should have swept them, and we easily could have in this series. Unacceptable. Where is this offense? Alpine leaves off the ball game, and he goes 0 for 5. Ouch. And the Phillies leadoff hitters hitting below 150 to start the season. Worst in the majors, worst in franchise history at this point. Our leadoff production has not been there. It has not. So it's been terrible. It has just been terrible. And I don't put this on George Girardi. Look at all the names he's put out there. Gene Segura, Kyle Schwarber, of course, at the very beginning. And now he puts Alec Bohm in the leadoff spot. So how in the world can you blame Joe Girardi for this one? You can. Of course, I'm a little bit annoyed with Joe, but you can't really blame him here for this. So a rough performance last night for Alec Bohm. He just hit the ball the other way. So I'm still having a great year. Nick Castellanos, I mean, the only guy that's been consistent so far this year, I mean, my goodness gracious, in 307 and an 851 OPS. I mean, this has been our best player. This has been our best player. I mean, of course, Alec Boehm's still having a good year as well, you know, to get to go hitless last night. But Nick Castellanos, our most consistent hitter so far this year. I mean, collects 3 knocks last night, just missed a home run. Of course, we would have won that game, man. Come on, but it shouldn't have come down to that. It shouldn't have come down to that. We wasted a wonderful start by Zach Wheeler. It shouldn't have come down to this step. We had many other opportunities that we just didn't take advantage of. Bryce Harper, another performance. He went hitless in the series going against his measly Texas Rangers team. We're not any better than them record-wise. Not much. Not much. Isn't that kind of sad? Isn't that kind of sad? We're not really any better than this Texas Rangers squad. That is just sad. So Bryce Harper really did nothing last night. I mean, he hit the ball hard to short. Corey Seager, the newest addition over there for Texas, right, signed that monsters contract and left the Dodgers to go over there to the Rangers. Fortunately, did catch that. Reese Hoskins with another hitless performance last night. Of course, he did draw a walk. I tell you what, man, his OPS has really dipped. I mean, it's dropped down to 653, and he's just having a really rough start to the season, right? I mean, he's just, oh boy, it's just been really bad. And honestly, I understand I've given him a lot of credit for drawing these walks and everything like that, but you got to hit the baseball, though. You got to hit the baseball. I mean, honestly, his OPS under 700. I mean, it's way under 700, 653. So clearly, the extra base hits just are not there because he's walking a lot. That I can tell you, but the extra base hits aren't there, and that's why the OPS is so low. And I guarantee if he just would, consistently just hit homers and just get extra base hits, then that OPS would be a lot higher. Even if he was hitting around 230 or so. And of course, he's hitting under that Mendoza line at 195. JT Realmuto goes hitless behind the plate last night, but he had a great throw to get Marcus Semien at second. That's not the first time we've seen him do it this year. Not the first time we've seen him do it in a Phillies uniform. That was just great. Marcus Semien has some decent speed. It's not anything spectacular, but the guy can definitely run. Schwarber collects 1 knock last night. Shame he's just not good at leadoff spots so far this year. It's really a shame because I would love to have him succeed at a little leadoff spot. It's just so disappointing. He's not producing out of leadoff spot. As he collects a knock and also draws a walk. I mean, not a bad night for Schwarbs last night. And Gene Segura collects a knock with that crucial twin-killing double play. First and second, nobody out, and Gene Segura grounds into a double play. I mean, just the twin killer. The twin killer. Ouch. I mean, as I said, many opportunities. I never, ever have seen a team struggle with a situation of hitting like this one. I have never seen anything like it. It's more of the same what we've seen over the past multiple seasons. Anytime we just have an opportunity to do something, when have you ever, I mean, of course, a few exceptions, when have you ever really consistently seen this team get a big hit, first and second, 2 out, double or something like that? I mean, it rarely ever happens. It rarely ever happens. We just are such a bad team in this situation. It's terrible. Sorry, our number 1 man, I mean, the reigning NL MVP just isn't healthy. And it's really just upsetting to watch. Dieter Gorst also collects 1 hit at short. And Matt Vierling, of course, he goes out in center, but he also draws that walk. And Joe Barrera providing the only Phillies run of the ball, even that RBI ground out to score Gene Segura. As you go take a look at Zach Wheeler's start, 7 2/3, 6 hits, no runs, 1 walk, and 7 strikeouts. It's a disgrace. It is a disgrace. This guy got no run support, goes out there and pitches his butt off. The best start he's had so far this year. We give him nothing. That slider, man, I can't believe we forgot to talk about that. That was on. And the fastball had good velo on it. We've seen it where it comes out, really hot, but it has this insane drop in velo. The fastball looks good. That curveball looked, decent last night. So I really love that fastball, though. I mean, he was consistently hitting in the high 90s all night. So that's one thing I really like. I mean, we've seen it so far this year where, later in the ballgame, that velo just, kind of dips, significantly. But we did not see that last night. Thankfully, we did not see that last night. Joe Girardi, I understand he was on a pitch limit or something. We have to, give him the benefit of the doubt. You don't know if maybe there's some pitch limit or maybe he went out just to talk to him and say, hey, do you want to be done? Are you tired? And maybe he said yes. I mean, I don't really think that's part of Zach's game, but you never know. You never know. And it seemed like when Joe Girardi came out to take him out, it seemed like usually when they're walking out, they point out there. And then he said a few words to him, then he went like that. So at first, I really overreacted, but I mean, I'm still not in love with that move. Of course, it didn't have any impact on this game. We still, we're going to lose anyway. But that was just, wow. We're in the 8th inning, 2 outs. He's cruising, and then the manager takes him out of the ballgame. As I said, it wasn't like he just pointed out as when he was walking out there. I mean, he said a few words to him, then he went like that. Almost seemed like he asked him a question. Of course, we don't really know what happened there. One thing we do know is Zach Lear was on last night. So that was just what a show Zach Lear gave us last night. And Jose Alvarado comes in and just faces one hitter. And he gets in the line out to Reese at first. So that was kind of scary. And then Corey Knebel comes in that top of the ninth inning. And he hit Simeon. And Simeon got thrown out at second. But Knebel was able to get the job done. And Brad Hand allows the 2 RBI single to Brad Miller. I don't blame Brad Hand for this. I mean, everybody's due for an off night. Everybody's due for, kind of an off appearance. People will get mad at Brad Hand. I mean, that should not come down to that. That should have not come down to that. Little opportunities like the Gene Segura got into a double play, first and second, nobody out. That's the kind of stuff the games come down to, man. I mean, the situational hitting, the lack of fundamentals, that's what these kind of games come down to. And it's just a simple fact. So I don't know how in the world you could be mad at Brad Hand. Of course, he wasn't very good last night. He just had a lot of trouble locating. He just really couldn't seem to get a lot of command on his pitches, but I do not blame him for this loss last night. I just don't. This bullpen has still been very, very solid, and you can't expect them to go out there and just have all these shutout innings every single night. You just can't. The offense has to step it up. And of course, as I said, we scored that 1 run in the bottom of the 10th inning. So Phillies, so very, very Phillies. Am I right? So the old friend Brad Miller comes back and haunts us last night. I like Brad Miller. I mean, I really, really do. I said I missed him the other day. I mean, I don't really miss him. I was just kind of joking around. But I like him. I do like Brad Miller. I think he's a good guy. Clubhouse personality. I like him. I like to watch him play. I mean, he's a cool dude. I don't miss him. I don't miss him. I'm sorry. I just don't. We don't need him anymore. I mean, we got the DH now. Things have changed. I got a nice 2-year deal over there in Texas. I'm sure he's doing just fine. Couldn't have asked for a worse start going into this New York Mets series. I mean, we lose 2-3 to the Mets this past weekend, and then we get swept out by this Rangers team. We were going into the series on a lot of high hopes. Kyle Schwarber was red hot. This offense was showing a lot of life up there in New York the past 2 nights. We were up there. I said going in, I'm like, I really want to sleep, but honestly, nothing would surprise me with this team. Nothing would surprise me with this team. This is not a rage video, but it's just kind of a frustrating video, right? It's kind of in the middle of normal and rage. It's kind of a frustrating video. I don't want to call it rage, but I mean, I don't want to have all these rage videos on my channel, but I'm definitely frustrated. I am definitely frustrated about this one. I am really just fired up. I mean, this is a crucial 4-game series against the New York Mets squad, and if we get swept, it's going to put us in a very, very tough spot in the standings. It just will. It's really not going to be good, as we already are in 4th place as we sit 6 back. And Atlanta Braves now in 3rd, as the Mets did lose yesterday, but they're still red hot coming into the series, especially against us. So it's crucial 4-game series, and we don't even have our A's going against these guys, which is very disappointing, as we wasted the start. But Aaron Nola, he's been pretty good as of late. Hopefully he continues 1-3 with a 3.90 ERA against Tyler Walker tonight, 6:45, then 7-5 tomorrow night. That's the MLB TV free game. Of course, we're going to go on against Max Scherzer with a 2.61 ERA going against Kyle Gibson. Looks to bounce back 2-1 with a 2.93 ERA. But the defense is rather than last time. I'm not really that mad at Kyle Gibson's last start. 4-5 Saturday. Chris Bassett 3-2 with a 2.61 ERA going against Zach Eflin. He really needs to bounce back. A terrible start up in New York last time out. 1-2 with a 4.50 ERA. And Sunday finale, 1:35. It should be determined for New York. But Ranger Suarez will get the start for the Phillies. 2-0 with a 4.63 ERA. So that's your little series preview. It's a crucial 4-game series against this New York Mets squad. I don't even know. I mean, we just played the Texas Rangers who got swept in a 2-game series. So nothing would surprise me with this team. 3 out of 4, we lose 3 out of 4, we get swept. This team is just so unpredictable, it's scary. I've said that so many times. It's so unpredictable, it's just scary. I've never seen a team as unpredictable as this one. It's just like, you have no idea what's going to be happening. You have no idea what kind of Phillies teams that's going to be showing up, each and every night. You just have no idea. You have no idea. One night it could look like the Dodgers. The other night it could go out there and look like the Cincinnati Reds. It's just one extreme to another. 6:45 the first pitch tonight, Walker Nola. So guys, thanks so much for watching this video. Please subscribe if you haven't yet. Please turn on the notification bell. Please like this video, comment on this video, share this video. Check out the social media, link in the description section at Phillies Handsome Media, Instagram. Follow me on Twitter at PHotStillMedia, card text 267-225-3092, email me PhilliesHandsomMedia@gmail.com. So guys, thanks so much for watching. I'm Luke, and I'll talk to you all later. Let's go Phils. I'll see you guys.